Hi Capricorn, this is Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot. I am in Carmel, Indiana. I am a Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising, Sagittarius Moon. And if you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, what I normally do is let flip, fly, fall. However many tarot cards want to come out. Oh, I wasn't ready for those. Flip, fly, fall. 5, 6, 7 tarot cards, and then I look at them and decide if we're looking at love, life, career, health, whatever, and then classify, verify, clarify with different oracle cards that I have. And today I am being led to use some different decks. So Lord only knows what's going to happen. So let's see what's going on with Capricorns for the first half of March. You know, I feel a lot of energy, and the reason I do is because when I picked up this deck of cards, half of them flew out, and they've just been going everywhere since I picked them up and tried to shuffle, and it just like feels like this huge amount of energy. It's like you're like, what I feel like is like you are so ready for spring that you can't even stand it. And it's like the minute that the weather is nice, I see you with the car windows rolled down and the music cranked up and your mood just soaring. So I'm feeling good energy from you for the first half of March. Let's see what else is going on with you. So the first thing we've got is Judgment in the reverse position. 5 of Wands in the upright position, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse position. So as of right now, the feeling is that you have stopped judgment of yourself, you have stopped judgment of somebody else, and you are not going to fight about it anymore. So whatever was going on, it felt like you were at odds with somebody or yourself or some sort of an idea. Politics comes to mind. It's like you were one of those that like to fight about politics all the time. And suddenly you just were like, I'm going to lay my swords down. There's no use fighting about this because it's not getting me or anybody else anywhere. And I, frankly, absolutely hate politics. So, even though I'm Capricorn rising, I don't ever fight with anybody about politics because I'm also a Libra. So I see both sides of the story. And maybe Capricorns don't. I don't know all the details of the personality of the Capricorns, but, so then the Knight of Pentacles came up in the reverse position, and then the Hierophant came up in the reverse position, and the Two of Pentacles in the upright. So let me think about this. Knight of Pentacles. So this fight with yourself, or this fight, and I'm not going to say fight. I'm going to say, oh God, what do I want to say? Mental. Okay, so here's an example. The other day, I posted a thing about, this is hilarious. I'm like, I don't know why I'm being told to talk about this. I posted a thing about Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga on Facebook the other day because I did not watch the Oscars. I only saw the song that they sang, and I had posted a thing on Facebook the next day about, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to bet you money that those two end up as a couple. And there was almost like some arguments that ensued from that post. And this one particular girl just almost got downright nasty about, nope, not gonna happen, didn't see it, they were acting. And I mean, like literally, I was like, I wanted to go, who pissed in your Wheaties this morning? Because she was so negative about that whole thing. It wasn't like I didn't really see that. I don't know what you guys are talking about. It was just like she was adamant that we were all fucking out of our minds. And I feel like that energy was maybe you at one time, and you have come to the you kind of decided, you know what, we're going to agree to disagree. And you're not fighting about something anymore. And it feels like it has to do with money. And it feels like it's a little bit of a spiritual awakening. You're not full-blown spiritual awakening, but it feels like you had just like a moment of aha. Kind of like something shifted in your head, and you were kind of like, you know what? This doesn't have to be all this way or all this way. It could be a little of both, and everybody could be happy. That's why I said it feels like, you know, like politics is like, if you're wrong and I'm right, you can't be right. That type of thing. That energy feels like it's gone. And it's kind of like, you know what? We can all coincide here in peace, and everybody can be happy, instead of that, you're right, you're wrong, I'm right, end of story, and I'm cutting you out of my life, or whatever the case is. And you're balancing those energies now, where you maybe in the past, like I said, it was very imbalanced. I hope that makes sense. But yes, it's like, I feel like you have decided to agree to disagree and not fight about it, and not make the other person wrong, so you guys could peacefully coincide, I guess is the best way to put that. Agree to disagree. That's going to be the title of this, I think. So let's see what kind of emotions you are currently dealing with. And let me think about this. What questions do I want to ask? Yeah, I always like kind of just knowing. I get a lot when I do these emotions cards, so I can kind of get what emotions that you went through to kind of go from where you started to where you ended at. And that helps me understand the progression, I think is what I want to say, is like, for me to do readings, it helps me understand the progression of your thinking, of how you got from point A to point B, or point A. Okay, so you have stopped grieving about something. So that is somewhere along the line, there was a lot of grief, and when you stopped grieving, that was when you let go of the reins and decided that, you know what, we can agree to disagree, and I'm not going to get all bent out of shape about it, and I'm not going to lose any sleep over it anymore if I'm wrong and you're right, or whatever. So it just I feel like I'm seeing you just finally like let go of the reins and control. That feels very strongly, is like a lot of this energy that I was getting from before was, it was like you had to be in control, and you finally decided that, oh God, Dr. Phil's coming into my head now. Do you want to be right, or do you want to be happy? That feels like that's kind of what happened. You finally went like, no, I really want to be happy. I don't want to be right anymore. And you were afraid. You were afraid, and I don't feel like this is you are afraid. No, maybe you are. Let me think about this. Afraid of losing more friends, because maybe you have lost friends in the past by being that it's my way or the highway, and you are afraid. You finally came to the realization that, God, you know, maybe a lot of the friends I've had in my life, I pushed away because of that need to control, that need to be right. And you suddenly, that's where that aha moment came in. You were afraid to lose more friends. It's kind of like, maybe that's what's happened. Those people that have disappeared from my life, it was my need to be in control. It kind of got me in trouble, and is the reason for that. So, okay, let's keep going with this and see what else is going on. Okay, unfulfilled emotions in the reverse position. Let me think about this. Dissatisfied, incomplete, purposelessness in the reverse. I feel like this is, well, no, it's in the reverse. So you're starting, okay, I got it. This is in reverse. So you are starting to feel satisfied, complete, and purposeful. And because you are starting to feel more whole within yourself, you don't have that need to prove somebody else wrong. Okay, all right, now I'm with it. I'm like, that's where you kind of had that aha moment. It's like going, you know what, I'm fine where I'm at. I don't have that need to make somebody else look bad or feel bad or prove them wrong so I can be right. Because you're feeling better about yourself, you're feeling better about your place in life, your purpose in life. You're just feeling more satisfied all the way around. And when you're happy in your life and you're satisfied, making someone else feel bad and worthless and stupid and all of those other things, you no longer have the need to make yourself look better than other people. Your self-esteem has kind of balanced out. So you know, because frankly, people that have the need to make other people look bad, it's usually because they have really shitty self-esteem, and in order to make themselves feel better, they have to put other people down, because if they can push other people down, that makes them feel, you know, like on higher ground, and you don't have that need anymore. Okay. All right. What else have we got? Emotionally with Capricorns. You're tired of feeling guilty. So I feel like maybe that goes along with, you know, losing the friends. Maybe you've lost some friends. Maybe you said something that was a little harsh and you feel a little guilty about that. And that kind of is where some of this aha moment is coming from. It's kind of like, God, I really didn't need to say that. I didn't need to be such a butthead. So you're feeling a little guilty and you don't like that feeling, and you're kind of like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like I said, these cards are like flying out all over the place. And worried. So you're worried. And you just don't like that feeling. And so you've kind of started tapping into your feelings. You're paying attention to your feelings and recognizing, like, when your stomach feels kind of like out of order, your guts, you've got this nervous feeling. Instead of pushing it down, you're starting to pay attention to the signs in your body as warning signals. Something's off, something's not right. And you were feeling worried and you started connecting it. Okay, it's like, this is like showing up in my body somewhere. And where did this come from? And you're starting to put two and two together of actions and how actions have affected your body. No, that's too many. Let's get one, at least one, as far as emotions. And because you have started figuring out some stuff, you're feeling very inspired lately. It's kind of like I said, you have made the decision. I'm going to agree to disagree. I'm going to not have to feel like I'm right and you're wrong. And you don't want to feel guilty. You know, it's kind of like you're moving past these negative emotions that maybe have kind of haunted you for a while. And even though you haven't made like a full-blown spiritual awakening, you are in the start of that. So you're starting to let go of more and more and more 3D programming, old programming of society and parental programming and religious programming and all of the I feel like I want to go, all of the shit that has been shoved in your face your whole life of I've got you need to do this and you need to do this and you need to do this and you need to do this. And you're like, I feel like you're like breaking free from that. And you're like, you know what? You guys don't have your shit figured out any more than I do. And I'm not listening to your crap anymore because you're not living a happy life. And you're not living a happy life, and neither are you. So I'm not listening to your way of doing things anymore. I'm going to go about it, and I'm going to start beating my own drum. I need to figure out how to live my happy life. And you people telling me how to do things has not sufficed in the past. So I mean, I feel like that's where you're feeling inspired. It's kind of like you're breaking free of a lot of old programming. That is a very major thing these days. I want to use these. I don't know why. I want to use these. So tell me why I'm using these cards. What? These are gonna, so what's the question I want to know? Let me think. What do I want to know? What do I want to know? I understand what energy you're in. I understand what emotions you're going through. I understand what has happened. What's the next step? All right, that's what I want to know. What's the next step? What's the next step in forward movement? And I'm going to pray that these cards have the right stuff in them. I'm going to have to assume they did. I feel like I just only need 2 cards, though. 2 cards out of here that are going to lead me in the direction of what is your next step forward in this forward movement of the next part of the journey. What is the next part? What, God. Either they're not in there. Okay, there's 2 cards. Tangled. Okay, what is this? Tangled wishes. To me, this makes me think that you just need to get clear on where you're going and what you want. Remember when I said you were kind of like, you know what? You guys haven't got it all figured out, and you've been trying to tell me how to run my life my whole life. Run my life forever, and I don't want to listen to how you think I should do things anymore. This to me feels like it's saying get clarity. Get clear. If you know what you don't want, now get clear on what you do. And the next one says sing your song. Okay, that does go along with what I have said. It's kind of like I've been trying to sing your song my whole life. I've tried to do things your way. You've told me this is how it's supposed to be done. And you haven't gotten any farther along than anybody else. I am not listening to your bullshit anymore. I'm going to sing my own song. All right. That makes complete sense to me. Let me get one more card here and see what else it says as far as what the next step is. What's the next step? I feel very excited for you guys. I'm going to say that. As far as it just feels like that's too many. Very excited for you guys. Like forward movement and kind of like, I feel like something's finally clicked. It's like going, I'm like going, no wonder things haven't been working for me all this time. I've been listening to the wrong damn people. What else? What else do you need to know about this next portion of your journey? What else do you need to know? I don't want to take this one. New beginnings. Okay. All right. So I'm also seeing a lot of birds here. What are the birds trying to tell me? Sing your own song. New beginnings. There's something about the birds. Oh, okay. Start start paying attention to the birds. You're going to start seeing birds. You're going to start seeing signs from birds. You're going to start seeing the same bird, or you're going to be seeing a strange bird. Like I saw last week, I saw a white bird, a small white bird flying underneath the interstate. And I like to cranked my neck trying to figure out what kind it was, because we don't have white birds. It kind of looked like a gull, seagull. We don't have any seas around here. And it was small. I mean, it kind of looked like a dove. I don't know. I'm like, it was interesting. The location, where it was at, whatever. So start paying attention. They've got some bird messages coming your way. That is the feeling that I have. What else do I want to do here? I want to do Whispers of Healing. So, this is going to be last words of advice from your guides, your higher self, past relatives, anybody on the other realm who has any other advice about this new beginning, this new journey you're on, this change of mental attitude, this dropping off of the old programming and like your new operating system, what to look forward to, what to let go of. What do you got to say here, guys? Well, the one thing I was hearing was like, we'd really like for you to show them the whole deck, but we know you don't have time for that. So yes, you're right. I don't have time for the whole deck right now. So just give me a couple. Forward movement. You have made a big giant step forward into this next part of your journey. Feel very strongly about that. Keep your vibrations up. Do absolutely everything in your power to keep your vibrations up, because this is part of your next part of the journey. If your vibrations have been low in the past, you're going to start feeling better. And there are 100 things that you can do to start making your vibrations higher. That brings in manifestations. That brings in things that you want. That brings in happiness. Letting go of things that make your vibrations lower and doing things that make your vibrations higher. I'm going to say some of the things that I do is, one, I went crystal shopping yesterday and I got some new crystals and I am like really super excited about those. I love my crystals. I am surrounded by my crystals. I use my essential oils. Those are very high vibrational. I listen to music right before I do my readings. Those are very high vibrational. I basically don't go out of the house before I do my readings because traffic pisses me off and it fucks my vibrations up. So I have kind of learned where to stay away from and who to stay away from. And I don't turn my phone on in the mornings now because I can get the wrong phone call or message, or somebody can throw my vibrations off really easy. So I have learned to really protect my vibrations and my energy, especially with me doing as many readings as I've been doing lately. So protect your vibrations, work on that. And if you have questions about that, send me a message, because that's something I've been working on my whole life. I feel like I got a pretty good grip on that. 2 more cards. All right, we'll take those. Get clear. That's already been brought up. That got brought up with the tangled wishes. Get clear on what you want to have happen. What you want. It's kind of like you just kind of stepped into this new world, but you're like, I don't know which direction I want to go. Do I want to go this way or whatever? So because things are going to start coming to you, which is going to be new, it's kind of like, I've never had things happen my way in the past. Get clear on what you want to have happen your way and come your way. So make sure you are clear on that aspect. And you have choices. I mean, know that you have choices to do things your way. So I feel like there's one more card in here that needs to come out. And that's the one. Ruminate. Oh, gosh. I don't even know if I know what ruminate means. What does this mean to me? I feel like it's saying go back in the past and get clear on, again, on what you don't want cropping up in your life again. And understanding from your mistakes. And my girlfriend says this all the time. Don't carry the mistakes with you. Carry the lesson. Don't carry the feeling of it. Carry the lesson, or bring the lesson with you. Look back on your past and figure out what lessons you learned from the past, but don't hang on to the regret, maybe something like that. I feel like that's what they're saying. I wish I could think of the phrase my girlfriend says all the time. I'm going to have to maybe learn that. I might need to use that again. Anyway, this is for the first half of March. I wish you all well. I will see you middle of March. Comment below. Pass this along, all you Capricorns. Tell me what you're thinking. Talk to you later. Bye.